I didn't want to do a video, but I'm going through emails now, and it was a lot today. It's a lot, and it's not all for everybody coming on board, although that's good too. There's those, but there's a bunch of legal emails, and it's lawyers, and possibly First Nation groups as well as other law firms out west that got on board with the ICC letter dated for the 12th, the one that's published APN News and published in several news media outlets. I want to go through now in full disclosure the work I've been doing, why I removed Vatican. I see the reference. I got that in email, lawyers saying, hey, did you read our letter? We separated church and state. We go through this. We go through that. There's precedent in the ICC. Look, Dave, look at Afghan. Look, they got church through that. Da, 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 da. Sorry, and it's not to be offensive. It's not to be offensive. I've already done that work. I've already gone much further than any Canadian ever has. A long way past the ICC, which, for everybody, it is a great court. International law, it's a great court. However, what decision the ICC makes is only, and I repeat, absolutely only a presentation to none other than, again, everybody, the number one organ of the UN. If you all take the time, including lawyers, I wrote an Oxford paper. I asked that every lawyer ever, anywhere, read it among all citizens. It was put in plain speak. It's for everybody, including this P5 I talk about, who run the world today. The absolute authority of the entire world. The ICC is their pocket court. ICC has great power to do many things unless they upset the P5. We just watched a prosecutor get replaced because sanctions were put on her, none other than Donald Trump. I know this because I wrote a letter last Christmas. Absolutely. I've written them several letters. I've been working on the ICC for 2 years full time, on my time, learning the truth of the world, how it works. ICC can come up with all kinds of cases, define them, complete them, pass judgment. However, that is only transferred to the P5, who decide the fate. I am going to say it again, everybody, and lawyers, listen. Their judge, jury, and executioner. Whatever the ICC decides, and they do use the law of precedent, absolutely. I went through that whole training course. However, it's backwards for me. I went to the highest authority in the world first. I went to the P5. I mastered international law. I mastered the UN entirely. I went to the P5 first. I've sent many letters to the P5, some of which that went through, they've helped me. I have found tremendous world top legal experts. It's a fact. It's a fact. Canada. Precedent in the ICC means little to nothing if the P5 don't enact it, don't register it, or they turn it away. They can. Any one of the 5 can veto, and it's gone. It's gone. My work, I've ascended ICC going backwards from winning the top 5 backwards to get this case. Do not focus, lawyers trained in Canadian law, common law, any law you want, human rights law. I am sorry. I'm not trying to be offensive, minimize, or act like I know everything. I went beyond the ICC, the furthest any Canadians ever gone to absolutely the P5. Proof of this is Kelly Knight Craft. There's more. I have Dmitry from the UNSC Russia. Helped me tremendously with colonialism. Russia helped me with that work. The Biden administration is saying, yes, it's true, even though Donald Trump dismissed me and further pulled Kelly. They had another stand-in, and I was tossed out at Christmas, called a rogue regime. A rogue regime. That's the words Donald Trump used to describe me through the sit-in representative. That's reality. Kelly got my letter. We became friends after Biden had terminated her employment on the UNSC. Immediately after, I was friended both ways. It's not about tooting horns. It's not about, I'm smart. I'm not that smart. I work that hard. I work at it each and every day. There are tremendous world experts that will tell you the guy will get up at 4 in the morning. He will do a 16-hour day in a legal presentation, stay the course. They've seen me. They've recorded it. They've seen it. The USA has seen it. I work tirelessly with lots of effort. I read. I'm blessed with the gift to read tremendous volumes. I finished the P5, went backwards to the ICC, not going to ICC first and keep trying to roll a ball uphill. I climbed the mountain with the ball in the backpack and I let it go. And you all know how gravity works and how the ball goes down the hill. It's speeding up, it's going faster. I know what I'm doing. I've done something that nobody else has done. That's it. That's the truth. Just because we look at ICC, we can't ignore first and foremost the absolute authority. Again, judge, jury, executioner on the P5. Each one individually or all together to get a judgment from the ICC that will be administered. You need all five. Can't have one say no. You can have any of them abstain, but it's not likely. They're all going to throw their hat in this. It's important. I've already done the P5 work, everybody. I've already done that. That's done, which is monumental. There's never been an individual to learn that system and go right to the top and roll the ball downhill. That's what I'm trying to do here. This is why I say remove the Vatican. Regardless of precedent in ICC, you have to look at how far that case went and what did the Allies do to come in and intervene. I want to make sure that Canada is not going to continue the way it is. I want to make sure that the P5 not only are going to take the ICC case's judgment, but they're also going to administer as judge, jury, and executioner. When I say executioner, that means, yes, blue helmets, not the way everybody narrates. Blue helmets coming and locking off key areas and doing their own investigation. Getting the bishops to turn over evidence to the ICC and let the P5 administer how things will go. Because they have the military might to do that and the full authority in this world today. You can't just look at this as a court case. Because in our system of courts, there's a judge or a jury, depending criminal, you could choose and elect that. And I know lawyers are trained in this, I get that. But this is a different system. The judge, jury, plus executioner, imagine all in one. It's the P5. What you do with your case, how you present, must absolutely win all five. That's what you're going for. That's what you're going for. An entirely different system of court and law. unlike anything no Canadian's ever been in. That's reality. And I'm not trying to be an asshole, I guess, is the best way to say it. I'm not. Or a Mr. Smarty Pants. I did the work. I've done the work. That's what has to be done. And I've already got to the 5. The 28th is the 5. Let the ball roll down, and it just rolls right into Khan's lap. Knowing that he can go forward, knowing that the judge, jury, executioner is 100% behind him. That's why I dismiss Vatican City, Vatican State, the Church, the Catholic Church, because you can't win the judge, jury, executioner if you go with the Church. Regardless of precedent in ICC, it's what the P5 takes from the ICC. They don't have to take it. Careful, careful, careful. I've worked at this for 2 solid years, 4 years with the UNSC, and there's a lot of loyal followers on here who've been with me nearly the entirety of it. This isn't fraud, it isn't fake. Everything I've said, it's coming to fruition, but we must carefully do this and articulate it well, which means no, this isn't some kind of regular court of law, even though the ICC really does behave that way. But the ICC is not the judge, not the jury, and not the executioner. Does that make sense, everybody? This has to get shared out. I'm going to have to do another video for the 2 law firms who've contacted me, and I'm going to do this in another written, oral, I guess. It'll be a little bit better and a little more professional, and I'll send that off to them as well too, and try to really articulate it. And it's not that I'm Mr. Smarty again, or I'm trying to be lawyer man. I'm just sharing with everybody how the world really works, which is not the way Canada works. And it's not the way our legal system works. That's not how the international top court works. That's reality, everybody. Just like ICJ, a lot of people are learning now, it's a voluntary court. It's why First Nations get sent there with the government and these law firms. They're bleeding you dry, so you fall on your face, because the government will never voluntarily go. ICC will make them go. How they're made and how much in the side of execution, I don't mean murder here, everybody, or put to death. I mean how much that can be pushed and enforced on our politicians comes from the 5. The better we do at the 5, the better the presentation that crosses their T's, dots their I's, understanding those 5 countries entirely. That's how it has to go here. I am one of those Canadians who understands those 5, studying them intensively for 4 straight years. My friends and followers on Facebook Loyal will tell you this. That's reality. That's what we have to do. We have to take baby steps here. Baby steps. Work together. I would love that. I don't want any money. My work is on my Facebook. It's here for everybody. There's 4 years worth. Tremendous volumes here. Take what I present. And I can promise you, just the work on the P5 in the last year alone is massive. Massive. I went for independence, legal independence of Alberta from Canada. I didn't mess around. I went to the top to roll the ball downhill. Let it roll downhill, not push it uphill. No way. We all know how that goes. That's my video. Help share it. Get it massively shared out, because it's real, verifiable, credible, and it's 100% the truth. And everybody should have the truth. So we do what's right. We get the right job done. I don't want taxpayers paying for everything. That's always the politician's way out. You notice that, everybody? The boat people pay, the politician, the majesty, gets filthy, fat, rich, even when they're the worst of the worst. Canoe people, boat people, First Nations, Canadian citizens, let's for once join forces. Let's fix our government once and for all. This is an opportunity to absolutely transform Canada into the greatest nation in the world and end all inequality, genocide, all of it, and set everybody, I repeat, everybody up on a path to prosperity, a reset, the likes of which nowhere in the world two other countries could do this if they could get it together. Maybe they would, seeing Canada's way. We can do this. Just people. First Peoples, Canadian citizens. 4/5 of Canada waits. Wait till you see what I present in Boreal Forest and what can be done and what the world would say about that for just a handful of people comparatively in a massive landmass compared to many, many other nations in the world. How about we look at the Green New Deal as it really is? Would you all like that? How would you like to get paid for how many trees you have? Do you know how many trees each and every Canadian has? Do you know how many trees each and every First Nations person has? It's incredible. Imagine a settlement and having all that and the world saying, that's what carbon captures. Shouldn't you be paid for your trees? If you think this is insane, Vladimir Putin is doing just that with a lot less boreal forest than Canada. Still a tremendous amount. You look at South America, all the Amazon, anyone paying them for that capture? What about all the polluters? Narratives created in this world are always for the benefit of the billionaire. Do you know that the coolest story that's absolutely true right now on Bill Gates, and this is something I'd like to break down right now, but I just don't have the time just now. But I can tell you all this, 100% truth. Bill Gates' portfolio has zero to do with the narrative of environmentalism he pushes so hard. His financial portfolio doesn't match his environmentalism. Now, why would that be? Why would that be? How many trees were removed from the 242,000 acres for Bill Gates' farms? Is that environmentalism? How is the water and the fertilizer affected? The fertilizers he shipped in to grow those potatoes, how did that affect the water tables in his area? Oh, I got lots, everybody. I got lots. That's the truth. And it's coming faster and stronger each and every day. Americans are waking up. Even the Democrats are waking up. The realization of Biden and his whole administration that, it's America first. Donald Trump didn't create America first. He's bound to it. Every president is. That's constitutionalism. That's checks and balances, real stuff. And that's a very old institution. We can make Canada better, bigger, stronger than that. We can. It just takes you, the people, all the people, First Nations and Canadians together. You can't do it separated. You have to be together. And the Crown loves it when they get you guys hating on each other. And there's just as much programming in the First Nations as there is in the Canadian citizen, the average Canadian citizen. All thanks to the filthy, corrupt politicians in the institution you call Canada. This is my video. It's monumentous. It gives a lot to those who are trying to go forward and do the right thing. It's about getting it done together. I don't ask for any money. I just want to make sure the ball rolls down the hill. Take what I have to offer. There's already 2 law firms on board with me already. The other portion of the 12, you know what? Come on board. I don't ask for money. I'm not looking for nothing. I just want to see it go through in the right narrative. I just want to give that vast knowledge, that experience as I truly lived it. A lot of you can reach out on the world stage to all kinds of groups, and they're all going to say, oh yeah, we've met him before. That's the truth. Many all around the world. Thank you. That's my video today. Good night, everybody.